There were times when getting a larger engine was needed, but sometimes that doesn't go well. One particular engine was a narrow gauge 280 that went through 4 owners in a span of 30 years and had many modifications. This would be Southern Pacific narrow gauge number 1. Its unusual wheel arrangement and weight wasn't ideal to the owners as it had a rough time going through curves or gave the crew an uncomfortable ride. Before Southern Pacific narrow gauge number 1 was the number 1, he was Nevada, California, Oregon Railway number 14. Ordered in 1914 and served the railroad into 1928, the engine was ordered for the purpose of taking passenger trains for the Sierra Valley Railroad on the Plumas branch that extends to Clio, California. The engine was also on freight duties. However, the crews preferred the 10-wheelers on the line. After the Western Pacific claimed 103 miles of the Nevada, California, Oregon Railway since their line went along most of their trackage, number 14 became more problematic as he was ordered for the sole purpose of being a passenger engine on the southern 103 miles of the railroad. Hey, be careful with those cars, you little engine. Shut up! Your railroad claimed my home at Reno, Nevada, so maybe you should shut your smoke box before arguing with me. Look, nothing lasts forever. If it makes you feel better, your railroad is still running. Older engines are being scrapped now. You think our railroad is financially stable? Think again. Southern Pacific assumed control of the NCO line in 1925 and started standard gauging the line beginning on July 1st, 1927 and finished by May 28, 1928 to Lakeview, Oregon. During this period, on May 11, 1928, the number 14 would become property of the SP and renumbered to number 1 due to many engines already having conflicting numbers. Along came a variety of freight cars, Nevada, California, Oregon Railway number 8, number 9, number 12 which would have became 18, and number 22. Many of the NCO engines were surplus and scrapped years later because they were worn out from how much they ran almost every day. Number 1 became a pain to the SP as well. The 280 only worked from the Lost to Keeler line because anytime the consolidation worked over Montgomery past Tumina, Nevada and back, it would derail on the tighter curves. Please make an effort to stop derailing constantly. You're jealous because I'm the only 280 here. It's not about that. Your reckless behavior is destroying this line's reputation. The yardmaster had it with the 280 causing problems and decided he wouldn't want to deal with the number 1 anymore. Number 1, I'm putting you up for sale as I can't deal with the 100 of problems you caused. I gave you many chances, but you wasted them all. Out of all engines, past or present, you are problematic than any other engine on the line. If no other railroad wants to buy you, it's done for. No, please, I can prove to be a useful engine. I want to stay with the engines I know from the NCO. I have no other choice. Maybe enjoy your last weeks here before you're gone. The Nevada County Narrow Gauge Railroad bought the 280 on December 31st, 1933. The engine was inspected beforehand and its wheelback tender was too long to fit on their turntables. As a result, the consolidation was given a square tender while the wheelback tender was given to the number 22 on the Southern Pacific, another engine from the NCO. Renumbered to number 9, it performed better and served the railroad from 1934 into 1942. It was the second 280 on the line and the last engine bought for the railroad. In addition, it replaced a couple steam locomotives according to the Nevada County Narrow Gauge roster.
Hey, be careful with those freight cars. Look, I understand your previous owner didn't like you, but be a better engine.
Haha, whatever. I'm glad I replaced those outdated steam engines that can barely get smoke out of their cylinders.
Don't take advantage of that one. You're going to be like them, even me.
Over time, the engine was starting to become well liked by crews. Even the 280 pulled several fan trips on the railroad. Particularly, the 9 was the power for the first rail fan trip in the West on May 16, 1937. The engine, along with number 8, continued to make revenue runs while the Tahoe was sold to Universal Studios in 1940. After the railroad ceased to operation on July 10, 1942 due to the outbreak of World War II, the rail line was sold for scrap for $251,000. Anything along the line, locomotives, rolling stock, or buildings were scrapped. Luckily for number 9, it was purchased by the US Navy to work at Pearl Harbor, the Oahu Railway. The engine was converted to an 080, assuming it was needed as a switcher, and renumbered to L-17 or Locomotive 17 to distinguish it from the vehicles, ships, and cranes over there. You'll do what I say. You got a lot to do here. Yes, I will. The 080 wasn't a cheerful or mischievous engine anymore and became more of an aggressive engine transporting military-related goods and soldiers. We got to keep up. There's no stopping. We got to win this war. By the end of World War II, the US Navy had no use for engine L-17 since it was worn out. Its fate was unknown, but some said engine L-17 was either scrapped, dumped in the Pacific Ocean, or sold to the Philippines or Africa for a period of time. There's a slim chance that it's behind bushes and trees away from civilization. However, some say this engine that was once sold in Pacific Narrow Gauge number 1 is long gone, likely due to the fact that nothing was discovered since the end of World War II.